So what's the game called again?
Okay, so I'm addicted to this game. I take it to every function that I go to. It's called Rhyme Antics. I don't even think many people know about it. Like, I didn't know about it. I was at Goodwill. I'd always do some little rumbling through stuff, just check out new stuff. And it's basically a board game, card game. It comes with a little like styrofoam squishy like mic.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. But it also comes with these cards, and they're in like beginner, intermediate, and intelligent stage. And they give you words, well, they give you a sentence, and you have to make a full sentence that rhymes with the last word on the front of the card. You're on teams. You know, you can play with 4 people or more. But what it is like you and your partner, this is like a timer. You get 60 seconds, and you and your partner go back and forth, or maybe it's 30 seconds, I don't know. But anyway, you go back and forth rhyming to whatever that is, word that's on the card. You have to be complete sentences. And then on the back of the card, the other team is holding the card. On the back of the card, it tells you words that actually will earn you points.
Ooh,
you know, and then they have the bonus words that are a little harder. So if you use one of those, you know, but you don't know what words are on the back of the card, so you're just saying what comes off of your mind. So
wow, so you're just freestyling.
Basically, yeah.
That's dope.
And if you happen to get the words that are listed on the back of the card, then you get points. And it's like 5 rounds. Whoever wins at the end, whoever gets the most points at the end wins.
I really like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's a good challenge to creativity. And
it is. I took like one of the cards one time, just looked at the back and just started freestyling each word, trying to put it into something real quick.
Did you win?
I mean, it was, the game that we played, the girls cheated the first time.
How?
Because they didn't start the timer.
Oh, gotcha.
And we were doing really well. And then and I was like, hey, the timer's inside. I was like, oh, well, that doesn't count.
Were their rhymes really good, though?
They got a lot of words.
Yeah.
The rhymes weren't, I mean, like, the flows weren't the best, but they were pretty quick on at least rhyming the word.
What are the words? Are they pretty difficult or just easy to
Well, there's 3 levels.
Oh,
so,
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so the beginner words are pretty easy, but once you get to intermediate and then the intelligent level, then there's like 4 or 5 syllable words.
Do you remember like a word?
Oh, I don't. Like, I mean, here's the thing though, like, so it has to end with the same consonant too. So like you can't rhyme like roll with something that sounds close to it, like bow.
Or, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it has to be the same end sound too.
Whoa, that's hard.
It's pretty fun though.
I can't believe you found that at Goodwill.
Goodwill.
It was like calling you.
Yeah, it was. I was like, and I was trying to pick between 2 games, and I was like, I'm gonna get this for myself. And I was like, I'm gonna wait till all my homeboys is over and we'll battle it out like we used to do. But then it became like a family game. It was pretty fun.
Dude, I'm getting
people who don't even really rap like to play it, you know.
Have you checked if it's still available online? Like, is it old?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't even know. I'm gonna check it out though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll look at it.
I love playing games like that.
You gotta come over. You gotta come visit. Yeah. And you said we were welcome.
Yes, of course. I know. I've been so like busy though.
I know, but you've been living the life.
Trying.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, but you've been busy too.
And
before we keep going, let me, if you guys haven't recognized our guest today, he is back. My first return guest and the first filmed in 2020.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
This is the first week. I feel great.
You look
great.
Hey,
the first of 52 weeks.
Yep.
That's what's up. Yeah.
So we got Michael Blue, the rapper.
Yeah.
Because you're back at rapping now.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, but photographer is what we were mainly talking about.
Yeah, last time. Yeah.
But now we got plenty of other projects to talk about.
A lot of stuff.
And life events.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, where do we begin?
A lot happened right towards the end of 2019, huh?
Yeah, but first, just to continue from the last one, how did the Colleen?
Yeah, it wasn't Colleen.
Yeah,
there was
the model.
So, I did not. I canceled my classes. Because there was just a lack of, what do you call it, promotion on the side of the event team, and it was like promotion to my city. I'm pretty sure that Colleen was pretty well aware of it. From what I heard, the fashion show turned out pretty good and everything, but some locals from the event ended up, kind of taking the position and selling the seats for the classes. So didn't do the classes, but I still have, it's a written curriculum. I own it, it's mine.
Good.
So I'm still thinking about putting that together, not even have to be on a large scale, because my mission is just to educate, So yeah.
Oh, well, it's kind of unfortunate though.
It's all right. It actually kind of worked out because I had some paid gigs here that I had turned down to go there that was still available.
Oh,
so.
Good. Nice.
And I apologize. My allergies are kicking me in the rear.
Thank you for coming, even though you're feeling a little bit under the weather.
I'm good. A little sneezes ain't gonna keep me away. It ain't contagious.
Yeah. I used to get really bad allergies, so I definitely get it.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened
It's this
past year.
cedar season, so it started last month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Okay. So the Colleen, that didn't happen, but you've been busy shooting.
Yes. Yeah. So I've been. I don't know if I said last time, but I did shoot with Nina Serafina. Yeah, because I did tell you that because a couple of your friends were modeling for that.
Yeah.
And I've done a couple photo shoots for some hair companies. So there's a lot of people selling custom wigs now. And so a lot of people have been coming to me. Like a lot of people are starting independent businesses selling hair and lashes and beauty products and stuff like that. So
that reminds me, there's this one, I wonder if it's the same girl actually.
Yeah.
Nouvelle Luxe Raw.
I haven't heard of it yet, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna come around soon.
But shout out to Nouvelle Luxe because she makes some bomb wigs and lashes, mink lashes. So independent.
I've been seeing some really creative lashes like recently, like stuff that I would have thought would be too gaudy, but actually looks kind of cool. Like the lashes that are kind of I don't know, like they're long but thin. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Those guys. Yeah.
I never even realized that lashes could have personalities.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I never realized, like, oh yeah, they can come in different shapes.
Lashes, brows, any type of facial characteristic. I mean, gives
grooming too.
Yeah, gives a hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that's good. The beauty industry will definitely get you business.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm learning that, and I'm shout out to all the entrepreneurs that are actually doing it, because you guys are spending money to make money, and I appreciate people that are investing in their business like that, and actually valuing the marketing side of it and knowing, hey, I need professional grade photos. I can't just take it with my phone anymore. I can't just have my friend snap a picture, for me. It has to be, because it's not just, about taking a photo. It's actually how you take the photo. Lighting is like a huge factor in the way you market a product. And I failed in some things, like learning that. Like I think we talked about, I was doing like shooting like vacant places for Airbnbs and stuff like that. And I realized that I didn't have the right stuff that I needed to actually meet the standards of that. What do? You don't keep doing the same thing. You upgrade, or you transform or evolve into what you need to be, or decide not to do it, you know?
Yeah, definitely. But that's good that you've tried different types of photography to find your niche. Yeah. And it's always like the boring the boring things that pay.
That's true. Yeah, I think we talked about that too.
Yeah, I don't know. And you can't be creatively free all the time too.
But you know what? I started appreciating those plain white background studio photos when I started getting really crisp and sharp images, and you know, I think that is an art in itself, to be able to capture someone and capture their eyes and make them look like they're actually coming out of the page, you know?
Right. I was looking at your Christmas photos.
Oh, nice.
I was like, look at this. I even was like, it looks like a Macy's ad.
Oh, yeah, someone said that
like,
too.
It was sharp. It was so
especially
good.
the one with the snowflake. A lot of people said that looks like a Macy's ad.
Yeah, you're very good at focusing on the right things. Your lens. What's your go-to lens?
Right now, I have what do I have on my lens? I mean, on my camera. 24 to, ooh, man. I don't know. Golly, I drew a blank. Oh, my God.
Oh, it's okay.
But, I mean, I never take it off, though. I really want a 85. 85 millimeter. Like the one I have now is you know, it's a zoom lens, but when you have just the main lenses that, you know, you can't really zoom in and out, those tend to focus on specific shots, you know, that you want to get. So I want 35 millimeter, 85 millimeter, and then I need a wide lens, like a 10 or 11 or something like that. Yeah.
I have a wide angle. Crap, I don't know exactly what it is. I'm looking at it right now, though.
You like shooting with it?
I used to, just because I liked the warp edges.
Oh, yeah.
When I used to do more funky angles.
So it's like a fisheye type lens?
Yeah, it's not that drastic, but
yeah, that's pretty cool.
But yeah, I like it, like for buildings and structures, just to make it more grandiose.
Grandiose.
Yeah. Grandiose.
That's that country coming out, y'all. You ain't been in Texas too long. It's grandiose.
But yeah, so okay, you've been busy with photography,
of course,
and music.
Yes, yeah. That people probably, I mean, most people don't know that music was my first love. You know, I started rapping when I was 4 years old. I came back from California because I was born here, but then my mom took me back to California like right after I was born. And then I remember coming back right before I was 4 to start school here. But while I was up there, my uncle was like a DJ. All my family was into music. We had piano in the house, drum set, turntables, trumpets, clarinets, all this, you know, any type of instrument.
Must have been lit.
I'd have to go upstairs. No? But nah, my uncle turned me on to hip hop or rap, and around the Run DMC era, Aerosmith, Walk This Way was like one of my first rap songs that I learned verbatim.
Nice.
That and Run DMC, You Be Illin'. Those are like, you know, so when I came back from California, you know, I'm still like 4 years old. I'm back home rapping and stuff like that. And my grandmother and family was like, where did you learn this at? You know?
Yeah.
So I was born with like chronic asthma. So I spent a lot of time in the hospital. I was born in Bracket Ridge Hospital, and spent a lot of time in the hospital with IVs in my arms and breathing treatments and stuff. Doctors used to roll me around in the red wagon, the little red, what do you call it, radio flyer wagon.
Oh, yeah.
But it had the little IV hooked onto the back or whatever.
What?
So, yeah, but they used to trip out because they used to take me to, you know, when they was in the doctor, I'd be in my own little world rapping. reciting the lyrics and stuff like that. And the doc was like,
gosh.
what are you saying? And then he'd take me to little, the different nurses and stuff like, listen to this kid, listen to it. So that's when I know I had a gift.
Wow. Yeah, and it's taken you places. For those who hasn't watched the last episode.
Oh, yeah.
You opened for Two Live Crew.
Yeah. Yin Yang Twins. I did a lot of work with my brother Charles Bird, aka Nook. He has like the longest running outside event in Austin ever, called Jump On It. And he started that when he was a teenager.
Wow.
And the city gave him grants to do work, and now he's coming mostly a lot out of his pocket to do, or for a while before he, got back on. It was coming out of his pocket. It was just his passion to throw these events, but he would pay for larger acts, like national acts, to come down and allow the local acts to open up for him, for a stipend, so it was also giving us a chance to feel what it felt like to get paid for our art,
Wow.
So I opened up for a lot of people through that event, and then also just transitioning from doing, I guess just, I don't know, what they call secular rap to a gospel rap, led me into other arenas, meeting other different people from other genres, So it was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so when did you take a hiatus, or when?
From just music, period?
Yeah.
So I think it was my first like small one was like in 2010 when I had my first anxiety attack. I deal with depression, anxiety, and I had and that was my very first attack. You know what it was, and scared me to death. So I was just like, I don't want to do anything that's gonna cause me to get overexcited, or it was challenging just taking the trash out.
Yeah.
So imagine getting on stage and trying to do a show.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even think that far into the music, you know what I'm saying? So
has your asthma ever been a problem when
I was younger.
On stage? But not when you performed?
Nah.
Oh, wow.
Nah. My mom didn't allow me to play sports when I was little because she was afraid. Just listen to all the reports of people collapsing on the field and on the court. So, I still played football, little league. When I got to high school, I wasn't really into sports like that anymore. But I did join like a junior fraternity and became the step master of that. So I was like coordinating all the steps and dances and stuff like that.
That's so dope.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You've done so much.
I've done a lot of stuff.
You're so accomplished.
I don't know about you know how they say jack of all trades, master of none. That's kind of how I think photography has been like one of the first things that I've tried to kind of master. That and music. Well, going back to your original question, I took the hiatus first because of that, but then I wanted to tell my story once I got well. I wanted to tell my story. During that time, I was doing gospel music. I was doing touring at churches, and I was doing some of the same songs in churches that I was doing at quote unquote secular events or even clubs, because my message has always been real. You know what I mean? I try not to be super preachy in my music after I matured in my music, but always wanted to say what was on my heart, I think that I began to take the hiatus, more of a hiatus, right before my divorce, but more so after my divorce. I just felt that I don't know. I didn't feel like I was apt to teach anymore. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like that I was broken. So I didn't really have anything to give anybody. You know what I'm saying? And I was always so positive in my message that I knew anything that I wrote was gonna be hate and negativity, and so I was conflicted in what I wanted to say. You know, I didn't even really post on Facebook for like a year or two. Like, I didn't post, you know, my thoughts and feelings because I was already like one of those people that was very transparent, and so I didn't really want to overflood people with my personal life. Yeah, you know, which was hard for me because that's all I really talked about was my personal life. Everything was good for me. You know, I felt, you know, I had a good job. I had, you know, a wife and 2 children. You know, I thought, you know, I had reached the pinnacle of success. You know, like, you know, I'm making it. We're paying our bills. We're not, you know, I just felt like I was doing it. And then so when that happened, it just kind of crushed my world. I was confused. Like, all right, I understand this. It seemed like everything that I ever talked about is conflicting now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So it took me a while. You know, it took me a while. It took some encouragement from a lot of friends, people who still saw the gift in me, although I was going through things. I was really like, I don't really care about music no more. I don't care about none of it. And I think that's when I really started going hard with photography, because I felt like this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity for me to express myself without having to say anything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to tell anybody what's going on in my life, and I don't have to lie about anything. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Was your what you shot back then, was it different from what you shoot now? Like, was it more reflective of your?
That's a good question. When I first started doing photography, it was by circumstance, because I started doing it because I was trying to bring that genre of music to a professional level with marketing and visuals, because nobody was gonna listen to like Christian music or a message about God anyway, let alone to bring it out and have some corny album cover that looked like you made it in Microsoft Word. And you know, I really wanted people to get this message of love, you know what I mean? And so I became a part of an alliance, and within this alliance, they had some of the most quality artists, you know, and I felt it was my duty to create album covers, posters and stuff for that particular genre, to make sure that we got to a level to where people would at least want to pick it up and say, oh, what is this? You know, so that was my first, that was what I was shooting then. And then it went from that to like family photos or graduation, and which I still do, but I wasn't being creative in photos back then. It was just like, I'm doing this to get a job done. Yeah. Especially with the album covers, I didn't realize you could be creative in a photo shoot for an album cover, because I was a graphic designer first. So I just took the photo that I needed to kind of make a composite or superimpose somebody into a background or something like that. Yeah. So that was my focus. But and after the anxiety attack, my mind went back to kind of like ground zero. Like, I was searching for me again. And in that, I found my love for art. I've always liked art, but when I was bound to, I guess, religion, it kept me in a box to where I couldn't really express myself without feeling judged by the people close to me, which also the people who put me on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Because when you have a gift, it doesn't matter what you call it, environment you're in, people are gonna put you on a pedestal. I mean, you can have a gift to sell drugs. You know what I mean? You can be a gifted gangster.
Right.
And all you really trying to do is make sure your family is taken care of. But when people see you with shine and gold and all this, then they put you on a pedestal, and that makes you a target. And the same thing in any genre: music, gospel, ministry, whatever it is, photography, even. When your photos or your images are superb or up to par, then a lot of people they either want to work with you, like people who didn't want to work with you before. Then all of a sudden they're like, now they want free photos when you were trying to charge me to shoot you. You know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway, I found the love for the art that I do now in that transition, Plus my ex-wife at the time kind of supported the idea of maybe you should get into more creative arts type photography, because I wasn't getting any more business anymore with the album covers and stuff like that anymore. People weren't really printing CDs and doing that. Everything was digital, and then there came out like programs where people were just making simple things, Right. So nobody really wanted the pen and pixel, no limit graphics, like, so nobody wanted that anymore. So it kind of like, what do you do now?
Right.
Yeah.
So now you're mostly shooting just models?
Yeah. I like to shoot for brands, like I like to shoot for, all right, let me make, I don't want to be offensive. There's pros and cons to shooting models. All right, so the pros to shooting models for me is if you have an actual purpose, like if you are trying to brand a product that you're offering, or a specific, or if you're trying to create specific images for your portfolio to make your images look like, wow, make the consumer say, oh, I would like to do something like that.
Right.
Models are great for that. But I really like to make just the normal person feel like they're a star. Like that's a lot of the women that are now models or whatever, when they came to shoot with me, they weren't models. They were just like, I'm willing to be a muse. Can you, coach me in this, or they had an aspiration of being a model or something like that. But I always educated along the way. Like just because you take a photo doesn't mean that you're a model.
Yep.
A model has to be versatile.
Right.
You know what I mean? And just because you're pretty doesn't mean you're a model. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm serious. Like that's my biggest thing. And I love women. I love me a pretty woman. But just because you cute, that don't mean you gonna get things from me for free or for the hookup just because you cute. There's a million cute girls in the world. You have to have some talent. You have to be able to strike a pose. Right. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to actually move. To me, a model is like a mannequin. You can put that mannequin in any position you want. Sometimes I go through Walmart, Target, little department stores, and and I study the way that they pose these mannequins, because I'm like, that's what I need that model to do. You know what I'm saying? I'll take a picture of it, you know, and someone that says, I want a model, I'll say, well, keep practicing this pose, you know, in the mirror, you know what I'm saying? Or I'll, you know, give them to a posing coach, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to just take people's money. I'll take your picture if you want me to, but I'm going to be honest with you if you say you want to be a model, you know, and I'm going to tell you how tough it is, because models, everybody's a model these days, you know what I mean? And it depends on what direction you're going in with your modeling, you know? So I've hurt some feelings, you know, along the way, but not intentionally. It was really out of love. It was really like saying people like, if you go down this direction, that's what you're going to be doing forever. Nobody's going to take you seriously on this side, you know, if this is, you know, how you want to start your career. You know what I mean?
And there's also like a main difference between like just the Instagram models that do a lot of selfies or just have their friend taking photos of them wearing an outfit looking down. You know?
The bad bitches.
And it's like they choose the angle, whereas like if you're gonna be a serious model, you have to take direction and you have to trust that they're getting you, you know, like the confidence that you have when you're taking photos of yourself, you should be able to do that in front of a perfect stranger. That is, you know, there's a purpose, like you said.
I think it came from a rebellion, though. I think it came from a rebellion, like of, you know, I don't have to pay somebody to do this. You should be paying me because I'm so pretty.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? That's the attitudes that you get. Like, you should be paying me because I'm cute. I think that's the way society thinks nowadays.
I know.
I mean, things have turned around so much. And like I said, it makes it difficult for male photographers. You know, because, you know, a lot of things that female models, you know, try to pull on male photographers, they wouldn't do with a female photographer.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and they actually pay female photographers. You know what I'm saying? And I applaud female photographers. Tia Boyd is my homie, and we collaborated a couple times, and she's like family to me, but we kind of do similar style photos when it comes to the artistic nudes. But me and her had a talk, and she's like, you know, we blend well because men typically take nude photos from a sexual standpoint, and women kind of do it from an essence of a woman, you know what I'm saying? Even though it could be sexual, but it's like when a woman takes a photo of a woman, women can identify with it real quick, like, you know.
That's so true.
And so we had that, but then she's like, well, I want you to teach me how to do some sexy photos, you know, and vice versa. But I think her material is very appealing. It has sex appeal, and it also has realism, you know what I mean? And that just comes from being a real person, you know what I mean? So. So.
No, definitely. And you're able to capture someone's like true self or soul, if you will.
Snatch your soul.
Right. And like I always tell models that work with me, new ones, I'm like, now I know that it's gonna take about 30 to 40 minutes to really warm up. So we got to find our groove, find our sweet spot. I turn on music, like whatever you want to listen to that gets you in the zone. Then you're gonna start feeling sexy. But yeah, it takes a minute. To really bear themselves, especially to a stranger
and a strange man. You know, that's what I said. But it's something I'm not tooting my horn, but it's people say there's something about working with me that's comforting. You know, like I don't know. I just, when I go in, I'm about working, and I'm actually about, like when people say, should I pose like this? I don't know, just pose. No, I'm not like that. But a lot of people, they expect that. They expect somebody to just be like, all right, just do what you do. Just be regular. Do it. You know, and I do start out, like you said, the warm up. It's like I look at them and check out their natural disposition, their poise, what are they, what are they doing? And then I can say, okay, stop right there. What you just did, add this to it, hold this position and hold your chin up this way or this way, and let's capture that. Boom. Then I let them see it, and they're like, whoa, So those are some of the things. And just doing it, just continue to focus on your craft will help you create, It'll help you create something that's marketable,
right?
That people will actually buy into. Yeah.
That just reminds me, like, I kind of lately started, not all the time, I guess, if I have to, just to get like a flattering angle. Like sometimes I feel rude when I'm like, all right, in the count of 3, suck in that stomach.
Yeah, I do that too. I do. But I do it very, very subtle.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, chin up. All right, suck it a little bit. Suck it in a little bit. All right.
You'll thank me later.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. And then I get some people that, they get their photos back sometimes and they don't like the way they looked. But they'll make, you feel like, I don't like these photos. Well, it wasn't me. It's sharp, but they just didn't like, maybe they were heavier than they thought they were, but then I also, kind of tell them, I don't do a lot of body modifications in my editing or retouching unless the client really wants that.
Yeah.
But I try to speak against it, I guess. I just want people to be as natural as they can be, especially when I'm doing the Bear project. And it's like, this is about me capturing your vulnerabilities. You know what I mean? Which sometimes my fiance is like, well, you gotta start practicing what you preach because you're a little hard on yourself.
Aw.
You know what I mean?
That's true, though.
Yeah. I said, no, I'm just living vicariously through you guys. But yeah, so part of my goals this year is to become more comfortable in the skin that I'm into.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think from that, people will start to feel the empathy more when I'm doing photo shoots for Bear. And I'll probably get better ideas,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You only have one life, one body, so you gotta...
Yeah, I better get this body back in order.
Well, love it too.
Yeah.
At any stage in life. Like just, you're alive.
Well, what I love is the fact that you can make your body whatever you want it to be.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to take work just like anything else.
Right.
Because I had, a nice physique at one time. What people consider. Girl, never mind.
Have you seen my old photo that I posted 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll show you later. But I'm definitely not like that anymore.
It does. Man, your essence though. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, man. But I don't see anything that you're saying, but I keep bugging you too. But it's that, like you say, it's that how you feel about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else can tell you you're the most wonderful thing.
Yeah.
The best prize out the cereal box. And you're like, But I think we gotta stop focusing on the used to be's and like just kind of focus on the future. You know what I mean? Like, okay, use that to push you forward.
Yeah.
I've accepted that I gained a lot of weight, but I know that I can do something about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
And you're never too old to change your habits.
Right.
And man, your body is just, it's crazy how it responds to even like your mental health.
Yeah.
That's the thing that sucks. It's like sometimes you can work out and whatever, but like if you're just not feeling it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I was telling my fiance Ray. I was telling her this morning. Excuse me. It was this morning. Yeah, this morning we went on our walk. And I was saying, you remember you used to go walking every day and be like, hey, you want to go on a walk? And I was like, no. I really would, because my mind was like, I can see it in you, babe, because, like, you know, you got it. You know, like, I can see the results of what you do. You walk every day. You come home. You do your weights. You know, you're showing results. Me going walking today is just, you know, me making you look good. I'm like, oh, you brought your coat with you. You're dragging it. But when your mindset is changed, you already start to see the future you, and your attitude changes.
Yes.
Then you start feeling like, oh, I'm the shit. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Confidence is it works wonders.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, but it's.
And I found out that women like a confident man.
Yes. Yup. It's very attractive. Definitely.
Yeah. So
especially men with sense of humor.
Right.
And like good sense of humor.
Right. Yeah. I try to be. They say if you make a woman laugh, you can get her to do anything. I don't know. Stop laughing. You get me in trouble. No. But yeah, that's. I mean, I'm excited about 2020. The music, the everything.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
And going back to women, do you have a date set?
For the wedding?
Yes.
So here's the deal. She wants to elope. She wants to just go out. She wants me to just surprise her and just go do it. We are actually planning for an October reception. And our theme is going to be steampunk.
Ooh, fun.
So I wanted to wait to the beginning of this year to really start planning those things out. We got a lot of stuff we got to do. We got housewarming party that we got to do. We have a couple trips that we are going on.
Ooh, where are you going?
Now, we were I know for sure we're going on a cruise at the end of the year. So we're going to the Cayman Islands, Jamaica, and somewhere else.
Which part of Jamaica do you know? Like Ocho Rios?
It's probably going to be Mo Bay again, I think so. Montego Bay.
Okay.
Well, when I went to Jamaica. We went to Jamaica this past July. July.
Nice.
And we were in Montego Bay. We drove to Ocho Rios.
Oh, okay. Did you do that that like waterfall?
The water thing? No, we didn't. We went up there late night to get fish and chill.
How was it?
It was good.
Nice.
It was pretty good. Got to chill with the Rastas.
Do you have any rum punch?
Every day.
Oh yeah.
Every day.
So good.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah.
And I mean, when you go to because we stayed at the resort, and when we come home, we go to the resort, your fridge is full of biga soda and rum. Like they just keep filling it up. Nice. And it was included, all inclusive. And then at the resort there's a all night bar. So, and they have the specials of the day, but they always have rum punch. So yeah, wow. It's like
fun.
It was pretty fun.
So you're going to Jamaica again?
Yeah, on a cruise this time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went to the Bahamas last 2017 on the cruise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nassau?
Where did we go? Was it Nassau? Ooh, I can't remember. I think it was though.
Okay.
Ooh.
I remember.
I'm trying to think.
I remember the port was like, as soon as you get off, like really bright.
Yeah.
Buildings and.
I think it was Nassau, but we took a boat to some other ports and stuff like that too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we took like the glass fishing boat, where you could see the fish at the bottom of the boat.
Ooh, was it scary? Can you see sharks?
Because it was one little bitty glass thing.
Oh.
It wasn't like a whole glass bottom. So we got in there, we're like, where's the glass bottom? We had already paid.
Oh
yeah.
My gosh.
And it was like one little hole where you lift up, and then he was like, all right, you can look down.
Oh my gosh.
But he let some of us drive the boat and stuff like that too. So that was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah. And we got We got to see different fish too, because we got to feed them off the side of the boat.
Ooh,
You got like bread, and they were like actually hopping out of the water to get this bread.
Wow.
So that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, we got that. We got the wedding in October. We got the housewarming party, and then we got another trip that they were just talking about wanting to go to Disneyland.
California?
Or Disney World. The
Florida?
one that's in Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, World.
Yeah, Disney World, yeah.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
Yeah. So that'll be our summer trip. I'm like, babe, where's all this money coming from? She's like, don't worry, we'll make it happen. I was like, well, let's make it happen. I mean, throughout my whole life, these past 3 years, I've traveled more than I ever have in my
That's
whole life.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love traveling.
Like outside of the country, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, cool.
And I got my passport, and I got my kids their passport, so it's like that was a big thing, you know,
Yeah.
for me. Like, wow, I've always wanted to go out of the country, you know. I've never taken my music out of the country, so those are things that I'm looking forward to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Was it just like the Caribbean area that you've been outside the country?
Yeah, we haven't, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I haven't been, we were thinking about going to, the city where's like the river, like the water is in the city, but it's like flooded now out in,
Puerto Rico?
Nah,
No, not Puerto Rico. Costa Rica.
No, in France. So,
France?
Yeah. Is it France or Italy?
Oh, in Europe? Oh,
Yeah.
Italy with the canals?
Yeah.
Like Venice?
Venice.
Ah,
yeah.
gotcha.
Tripping.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, we was planning to go to Venice, but then just recently it was like the whole city was like underwater.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm late. I didn't even know that.
But there's like a lot of art there.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
like-
yeah, fine art. And
Like on the buildings, like people like paint these murals that look like, you know, giants or people, you know, incorporating it with the trees that are there, stuff like that.
like current art, not old art.
No, like it's forever changing. Like they
Oh,
you know,
really?
like kind of like graffiti.
What? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah, they were like spray paint these characters that look like they were like peeking in people's window or like, you know, like picking from a tree that was nearby.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, we need to go there. You know?
I'm gonna have to check it out. I went to Art Basel in Miami.
Nice.
Yeah, and there's a lot of art, like mural artists there. So I wonder if there's any from Venice.
That would be dope
Yeah,
to go to something like that.
you should go.
Yeah.
I've never been to Miami prior to that.
I only went to Miami to go to the Bahamas.
Yeah. On the port.
Yeah. Well, we flew into Miami, stayed in a hotel. Then they took us to the port that was like 45 minutes away or something. I can't remember the name of the city, but we took a little Uber there or whatever.
Okay.
He tried to rip me off too, the Uber dude. Yeah, when I got back, he charged me like some hundreds of dollars for this trip. And it
How
was
can they do that?
what happened. He didn't turn the meter off when he dropped us off. So I got my money back, dude.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm like, come on, man, don't do that to us just because we visited.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That's the only like scary part about traveling is you can't trust anyone.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, like you want to give the people there the benefit of doubt, but you just have to be on alert
Right.
for, like my mom always says, pickpocketers.
True. Hey, man, don't touch my booty. Hey, you got my wallet. How'd you get my wallet?
Oh, man.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What did you think about 52 Weeks? The song that I sent it.
It was amazing. And like I definitely made it a point to really listen to your lyrics.
I know, because you
yeah.
said that, yeah.
And what I like about it, you kind of touched on, is even though like you come from like a gospel content or whatever, like it didn't seem like that.
Right.
It was more positive and like spiritual, but like more, I don't know.
Yeah, well, so with this, it is crazy that you said that, because like people that would actually be in the church would not really like
they wouldn't
it.
like that?
Nah.
Really? What's not to like though? It's not like,
I mean, like, I'll say this, the real people in the church would like it, but like there's a lot of judgment, especially when you come out and say I'm a gospel artist or I'm a Christian rapper. They expect you to quote scriptures in every song, and you know, so it was a lot of judgment in there too. It's not what made me move away from it, but I realized that that's what kept me away, you know, from actually going fully back into that. I mean, time is forever changing, so my message has always been the same, you know, just to avoid trouble.
Have you gotten negative feedback that it influenced?
Nah, so not as of yet, because that's just the that's just like the tip of the iceberg. But like I feel like my new material is, well, I'll say not negative feedback, but my best friend, who's also was my manager when I was like doing full-time music, I let him hear some of the new material, and he was like, you know, I like it. And honestly, he's like, I always tell you, you know, one of my top favorite rappers of ever, just period. He said, but, you know, I feel like people may not be ready for this transition, especially with you using, profanity. So
I didn't even catch a single word.
I didn't. All I said, only in that one, I said I'm a grown ass man, but that ain't nothing.
Ass? That's it?
Yeah, that's it. But that's what I said. That's just a little bit. But I let him hear other stuff that was very emotional, like talking about my breakup and my divorce and how I felt. And those heartfelt songs, all I could do is speak from my soul. Yeah. And that's how I felt, you know, during the time. So you may hear some F-bombs or, you know, something like that, but it's not meant to be for the church. Yeah. This new season is, I've gone through where I went and I preached to the church, then I preached to the hood, and now it's just me opening up and saying this is who I am as a real person. You know what I'm saying? Oh, sorry. No, okay. Forgot I had that on. I thought it was a zipper. I'm real fidgety, so. But so this is me saying how I am as a real person, human being. You know, when I was doing gospel rap, just like many of the gospel rappers out there, they get depressing sometimes because people do put you on a really, really high pedestal, and they feel like you can't do any wrong. You can't do, you know, you can't say certain things, you can't wear certain things, or they judge you more than the people that you're actually supposed to be reaching. You know what I mean? It's like it makes you discouraged from actually doing what it is that you're called to do. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just in a stage in my life, in a phase in my life, I'm just gonna be me.
Good for you.
You know what I mean?
Good for you.
I'm just gonna be me. And
now is the time.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been me. I've never been fake, but I'm saying I was scared to be this me for a while, and that's why I didn't do music, because I was scared to open up and say, I do have these feelings. I do feel this way sometimes. I do speak this way sometimes. You know what I mean? And I do these things sometimes. Like, you know, it took me to get a little older to, like, when you're in your 20s and stuff like that, you're still kind of letting people shape you,
Yeah.
You're in between being even though you're considered an adult, you're still trying to be an adult, like trying to replicate what you think an adult is, you know? And so you're not at a place where older people actually respect your opinion. You know what I mean? But now I'm 38 this year. I'll be 38 this year. And so I'm like, I'm almost 40 years old. That's why I said in the song, I'm almost 40 years old. Nigga, this is a miracle. You know what I'm saying? That I'm living. I was trapped in my mind in prison. I escaped and I bind religion. Time is ticking. Now that I'm back on my grind, I'm whipping. So it's like, I'm telling my story kind of in this freestyle. It's like in that particular part, you know, I talked about how, you know, I'm standing in the gap for the fallen, like for the people who have gotten discouraged because, you know, their own brothers within the faith not listening to them or appreciating them anymore because they are having a challenge with their identity. You know what I mean? This is part of the whole struggle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anytime you have a opposition, that opposition's job is to confuse you and to make you weak. You know, make you feel like you can't be who you said you are, especially if you're doing this or you're doing that, you know?
Yeah.
So
what if, let's say, you were to get rich and famous off this music and you end up donating to the church? Then what?
Well, now, see, this is the thing. There's church and then there's church. Like, there are really good pastors out there, and they don't even really listen to secular music or whatever. They don't listen to that, so it doesn't bother them one way or another as long as the good preachers or pastors, I should say. There's preachers and there's pastors are actually leaders that lead you into a direction of positivity, or, you know what I'm saying, and just as a guide for you,
like a counselor.
Yeah. Because I mean, we're all human, you know what I'm saying? Not one of us is superhuman. That pastor has supposedly have chosen a life that is separated from the world so that they can be clear-minded to be able to get you on a path to where you need to go to get to your destiny. If that is your calling and you choose to do that, that's one that not everybody's called to pastor or stuff like that, but so not everybody can be, I guess, ministered to the same way. You know what I mean? Like, there has to be people like myself who have been in street life, who have come I'm like totally, like, no matter what nobody say, I'm a way different person than I was as a teenager. You know what I mean? Like, just the way I think about things, the wisdom that I have, you know, it's one thing to glorify street life, and there's another thing to bring awareness about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people want to glorify it these days, and that's why a lot of people think it's a great thing, but it's only a choice that somebody has made. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not speaking bad on people who have chosen the street life, but once you have chosen that life, that is your choice. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you have chosen. You have to face the consequences of that. So don't glorify like going to prison like it's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, it really hurts. You know, I got people that I wish I never introduced to that type of lifestyle because they ended up doing time that I never did. You know what I mean? And it messed up they function. Like, once that mark is on you, they are always watching you.
Yeah.
Once you're in the system, you in the system.
Yeah.
They trying to find the way, find the right moment, catch you messing up.
You know what that reminds me of? I watched a Netflix series called The Last OG with Tracy Morgan.
I watched some episodes of it, yeah.
It was really good,
It was, though.
Yeah. I think I finished it in 2 days.
Really? I need to go back and watch that. I'm on Raising Dion. I need to see season 2.
Is it good?
Season 1 was awesome.
Yeah.
And you need to watch that, but they doing a season 2 soon, so.
You know what's another good series? Man, Netflix came out with some pretty good series.
Yeah, they did.
Astronomy Club.
Oh, never heard of it.
What? It's a skit show. It's an all-black cast skit show.
Like kind of like a Living Color type thing?
No, it's all like produced, like a Key and Peele.
Ah, yeah.
Like that kind of skit.
Got you. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's really good.
Huh.
What was another?
It's called Astronomy Club.
Astronomy Club. Yeah, because I was flipping through and you would never think it's a comedy skit.
Got you.
And I'm like, what?
Because of the marketing, the way it looks or something?
Right, yeah. But it's pretty cool. Let's see what other shows. I don't know how we got into shows.
I know, right? We just be talking. I think because we're talking about just people getting locked up and you're talking about the last OG.
Oh, yeah.
But that's how it is. I mean, once you get in that system, you learn how to be a better criminal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it makes you feel powerful because everything else has been taken from you.
Yeah.
You know? But that's stuff I like to talk about in my music. Like, I like to bring awareness to that side of it. I like to speak from the side of that person who has made those bad choices and the actual repercussions that came from it. You know what I mean? You get a badge of honor in the hood. Oh, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Beating up the mic. You get a badge of honor in the hood, but really they don't know how hard you have to, going to court, going to see a probation officer, having your freedoms taken away while you're actually outside of jail, that type of stuff. Not being able to find work is the worst, because then now you're a felon and people won't hire you. So what else do you have to do? You go back to selling drugs because that's all you really know how to do good. But then I've seen some people take they business smarts and put them into an actual functional business, functional business. I say functional. Is that a word? Functional business, you know what I'm saying? And actually make things work. One of my mentors, good friend of mine, caught his first Fed case in middle school, and like he's been a felon, and they told him he couldn't do any, like they basically the odds was against him. I don't even know if I talked about him last time, but my brother Saul Paul, and he took his name from the Bible too, going from Saul to Paul, and he just talked about his life from being a criminal and actually going to prison and coming out and having a high GPA and graduating from UT, and now he's traveling the world playing a guitar and rapping over acoustic guitar, doing commercials, NAACP, Grammys, Super Bowl. Like, this is what he does full time.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Amazing.
And he's a felon. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's people that choose to give up and say, well, this is all I know. Mm-hmm. And then there's people that choose to be successful and say, despite the odds, this is what I'm going to do.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
So.
But we should probably rap.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, you said you're going to rap?
Oh. Where's that game at?
Right.
Do you remember any of the rhymes that...
I don't, but I have it in the car. After the show, I'll show it to you.
What's it called again?
Rhyme Antics.
Rhyme Antics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
Cool.
But yeah, so just a reminder where we can find you.
Right now, SoundCloud for music, and YouTube. Blue the Rapper, all together, BLUETHERAPPER. Make sure there's 2 P's. I'm not the other thing. And just go back and you can hear 52 Weeks, which is a new single out. We're going to be shooting a video soon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Where is it going to be?
I'm gonna shoot it in Austin, but I'm gonna try to do it in some distinct areas where people can recognize and have a nice little plot. I think what I'm thinking is the plot of me like joining a fraternity, like a hazing period. You know what I'm saying? Like
you could do your step.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of doing all of that, like showing a couple of my talents in there, but I can't give you all the details.
Okay.
but I want it to be like me showing people how, you know, I went through what it took to get to where I am, you know what I'm saying, to get the status that I am or the respect that I have in the music industry in Austin. I'm pioneer of hip hop here in Austin.
Yeah.
So
that's exciting. Do you have a director in mind?
No, but I have the guy who's filming it. From KB Media, Keenan Builders Media, John Mirage Adabo. He did the filming for my Dark Barbie Chocolate Summer. But I mean, I got a couple people in mind to direct. I do some directing too, but there's a couple people that I do have in mind for direction. Wow, you planning on directing my video?
No, I was just gonna plug. But
Yeah. Go.
I always recommend my friend Nahar Media.
Okay.
He was on here before, Jose.
Nice.
Yeah. He's got a pretty big catalog of work, so.
Nice.
But since you already have someone.
No, it's all good. I always like to network. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, like it's remarkable. Like.
Did you tell people how I ended up on your show the first time? That how I saw you at the bus stop and I yelled at you? Saw her walking down the street and I was like, hey, I know you. Where them photos at? Why you ain't taking no more photos?
Aww.
And you were nice enough to even walk up and say, hey, excuse me, what is that? Most people were like, fuck off, dude. You came to the car. He was like, hey, you should come be on my show. See, if I never would have said anything.
See?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm surprisingly nice. So.
Yeah, I thought you were a meanie.
I'm a mean girl.
Yeah, because your photos, like I said, so fierce. Like,
yeah,
I don't play.
Yeah.
That's that alter ego, huh?
It's fatal.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming on the show. So SoundCloud, on Instagram, Marke.
Oh yeah, Marke Design, MarkeDesign 08. That's the photography. But Blue the Rapper is my music.
Yep.
YouTube, SoundCloud, Instagram too, Blue the Rapper. And I have a lot of my personal life on the Blue the Rapper Instagram. So
I think I just started following that one
yeah,
too.
Yeah.
What how's he at?
Did you see my wedding ring? Woo!
Yeah, I saw the proposal.
Oh, did you see the proposal?
So cute. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
I really want Ray on the show though.
She said she's definitely down.
I have to meet her. She's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, let's talk about that and get that set up.
Yeah, we'll set something up for sure.
Cool.
But yeah, I don't know if we did this last time.
Cheers.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys have a good night, and here's to 2020.
2020. Boom.